good eye. He's trying to get you to understand what's inside of you. If I have ugliness inside of me, it's going to come out. If I have a lustfulness, it's going to be revealed. What I say is the Spirit always tells the truth. Now, I'm not going to agree with you, and I'm not going to pump you up to go get you a slab of ribs. Because when your ankles start getting big, and your nose starts swelling up, and your heart starts beating even faster, then you wonder, well, Pastor said it was okay. No, he didn't. God is dealing with the spirit of the man right now. Because he wants you to come out of where you at. You see, when I talked about the cigarette, those had spirit. But I'm talking about your heart right now. I'm not talking about your weed, I'm not talking about liquor, I'm not talking about these things. I'm talking about things that will keep you from getting a closer walk with God. From having you to enter into the gate of his promises. Can I help somebody with that? If you fall back into these things that he said, these are the lists here. If I fall back into wickedness, it will keep me from being at peace. Keep me from being at peace. If I fall back into evil thoughts, now watch this. Your thoughts are so powerful that you can think up things and create things, and it can manifest. You can think of things negative, and your whole surrounding. And all the days of your life, while you continue to think of negative, will be negative. Or you can be positive and think the best of yourself. In God, I'm saying in God. I have to do it that way. In God, and things will manifest according to what you want out of life. Did I help somebody with that? God is looking at the heart because he wants to bless you according to your heart. He said, I will give you the desire of your heart. So, if you're in wickedness, if you're in deceitfulness, if you have an evil eye, if you're in adultery, these are the separations. It's a whole list. These are the separations from walking according to being a child of God. Now I'm telling you, I think of things and it really comes to pass. But I've been limiting myself. I've been settling with things that, you know, Brother Jonathan had to say, but Pastor, you did the best. You give me something, I settle with it. I'm good. I don't need nothing else. But somebody else would say, but you deserve better. See, now I have to go back and get that spirit man, the heart, to think better of myself. Someone get that. Out of the heart is the issue of life. Out of where you've been and what you're surrounded and what you have received all that time is where you at. If someone said that you were a prostitute and they constantly put that in your spirit, that's what you will become. Somebody get that. The enemy comes to control your spirit, to make you a believer of anything but what God called you to be. This is about the heart, people. You got to understand that Jesus is looking at the people. Jesus is looking at the people. Jesus is looking at the people. I like that. He played that real good. But Jesus is looking at the people. And he's saying, my people are crying out, but they won't learn my commandment. My commandment is to set them free. My commandment is to heal them. My commandment is to have a breakthrough for them. My commandment is to set them in an area where they know they're in charge of their situation. He said, you are the head and not the tail. So that means if I'm in command now, whatever I speak, I heard when I came back in, whatever I speak, it's to happen. But if I'm in these other spirits, I can only believe what the devil controls of me. You see that? So I will come in here and I can't see nothing happening. But if I'm in the right spirit and I speak these things, get this. God has his angels already moving on your behalf. He said, I will add. He will send men to add to your bosom. You see that? I'm thanking God for people already. They're coming and say, Pastor, we want to do this for you. Pastor, we're going to do that. He's already said from day one. He said, Pastor, you are not to come in here and do this hard work. You are to point out things. And I had another man tell me the same thing. I'm like, I ain't trying to hear that. I'm not trying to hear that. You see? But how am I to get all this stuff done and then come back before y'all and speak what I'm hearing God told me to tell you if I'm all broke down? You see that? So I'm learning. I'm learning to accept who I am. And I'm learning that God is doing greater things with the people of God if they will yield according to what he called you to be. You're not a sinner. You're not an adulteress. You're not a fornicator. You're not an alcoholic. I don't know the proper word for weeds. You're not a weed head. You're not a homosexual person. You know, I don't use the word gay and all that other, like FAG, because if you really understand what an FAG is, and if you're me, you'll feel bad about that too. The FAG is when they hang black people and burn them. That's what that meant. But everybody running with it. You FAG. No. You ignorant. You don't know no better. So, what I'm trying to tell you is, you have to come out of these things because God has done something new in your heart. When the Holy Spirit had touched you, and now you're struggling, you're fighting with what the stronghold is, whatever that you're battling with, hear my words. Take heed to the word of God. You're not a fornicator. You're not a weed head. You're not an alcoholic. You're not ignorant. You're not stupid. You're not someone that can't make it. You're greater than that. You're very intelligent. You got visions and dreams and you can see things. You come in here and you look past what's there. That's the power of God in you. You get that? So this is the heart that God is trying to get, and he's trying to pull it out of you so you can walk in your calling. I didn't say be the preacher. I didn't say that. I didn't say be the prophet. I said walk in your calling, that you're free. You're not a slave no longer. You're not a slave of the world. You know, the Israelites, they were free. All that shackles got loose from them, and they crossed them and they go, it don't feel right. Put that chain back on my leg. Put that shackle back on. Because they've been in that mess for so long, they didn't know how to feel free. The hurt was still where they came from. I'm trying to help somebody. If you're going to be a husband, you're not an abuser. If you're going to be that husband, you're not someone that'll put your wife down. If you're going to be that wife, you're not that one that try to intimidate your husband in front of folks. And that's what these women do now. That's their weapon. I know what to do. Talk about your mama. That's your weapon. It's the mouth. Uh-oh. I'm tired. Let me get this. Come back. Focus. Focus. Uh-oh. Okay. But that's what it's all about. To understand who you are. Because the enemy comes to keep picking on you, to throw you off your mark. When God says, I called you to do greater. You rebuke that devil. You keep going forward. You don't need to end up in the hospital, stressed out, bent out of shape. When God said, I call you to live a long life. You don't need to stay sick. This is what's in the heart. Who are you? Whose report will you believe? Who are you? I'm not saying whose report will you believe. Can you have or can't you have? I'm talking about whose report will you believe when he called you out. You know, one day I went, oh, this tooth is loose. Lord, please, I don't want to look ugly. Please, Lord. I don't want to look like Leon Spinks, like I've been knocked out. So please, Lord, I'm going to thank you right now that you strengthened me. I am receiving that. I'm going to believe that you've done it. And all of a sudden it was strengthened. I refuse to believe the report of the enemy. I know who I am, and I'm not going to accept just anything. What with you lonely? Your ex had left you. You done lost everything. Why don't you just go and just hook up with a woman? That woman got the car, she got this, she got all that going on. Why don't you go over there? No, I ain't gonna work like that. I had someone come to me and say, you can come over my house. No. Well, what's wrong with that? Well, first of all, no. You got to know. And if you don't receive what God has really called your heart to be, you're going to fall for anything. And then once again, the enemy is in control of your heart. He's in control of your spirit. And you're stuck in those issues that God had pulled you out of. You're right back in bondage. And Jesus said that once the enemy has left, once you've been delivered from that, and you go right back into that. You know, I ain't saying struggling, trying to stay away, but go right back into it. Here come 7 more demons. It is to complete what the devil had started in you. Devil means completion. It's to complete that I started to kill you. I came to give you AIDS. I came to give you the worst disease. I came to make you lose your mind. I came to make you feel that you will never, ever be nobody. You see that? I'm trying to get to the heart. Because some people feel stuck. And that devil is a liar. Maybe you had slipped. And so now it's time to dust yourself off. And so now this is the process to get to where you was. But it's the process to keep going. It's the process to keep trying. It's the process to keep holding on and not give back in to the enemy. You see that? If God have already told you something, and some of you think God ain't told me nothing yet, well then you need to be on your face praying for God to say something to you. For God ain't told me nothing yet. No, that's not God. God said, I will not have you ignorant. First of the devil's devices. So if he ain't having me ignorant of the devil's devices, then he got me in a place where I know something good gonna happen there. It's either this way or that way. God said you can't serve 2 masters. Ignorant or I got to know what's happening. Curse or bless. And I'm staying on this side. Somebody better get that. Take heed to what's in your heart. Take heed to where God is taking you. Pay attention. You know, I'm talking about the poor. So, yeah, I'm doing right in God. I'm good. I'm praying, I'm fasting. But then every now and then I eat a bacon. My body's like, you see, when I don't eat that, but I eat something healthy, I'm like, hey. So I'm paying attention to what my heart is saying, what my spirit is saying. You see that? So it's all about, first of all, I got to get to the spirit, man, to understand that I want you to come up closer. Second is, I want your flesh to get weak so you can get in control of that. Because your flesh is so weak, it's willing to receive whatever the devil wants it to do. That's how weak your flesh is. You get that? Somebody tell me they're in love with me and I just jump to it. You know, the first movie I seen, Waiting to Exhale, and it was such a big hype about that movie. I went to see it. And the first thing Whitney Houston said when she got on the dance floor and she danced with this guy, she said, I'm now finally in love. And I'm going, that is the stupidest statement I've ever heard. And all the women go, oh, this is a beautiful movie. No, it ain't. It's dumb. How do you fall in love with somebody that's on the dance floor that bad? You ain't heard him say nothing but, hey man, come on. I'm tired. I don't know who loved that movie. I'm tired. I'm glad this is not for the women. What? Pastor?